Guys, so welcome to Relentless Talk Radio. We're here for the Relentless for a Cure special edition. And what we're doing today is we're interviewing the boy and the girl of the year for the LLS this year. So we have a gala coming up on June 27th. And what we're trying to do is raise just a boatload of money so we can end blood cancer. And so I'm talking with Taylor right now in this episode. She is the honored hero girl of the year for LLS. And I'm going to let her and her mom tell you a little bit about themselves. So Taylor, sister, you're like a warrior. Like, your mom told me what you went through, and I'm just like amazed. I just love that we both have our hair up in buns today.
Yeah.
I didn't even call you in advance to tell you to do the bun thing. So tell us about what happened for you and why you're doing this.
Well, I like to help out with LLS because when I had cancer, they helped with me. So, because I like to help kids with cancer, because my goal is that no one ever has cancer again. So if I help with LLS fundraising and I talk about my story, I feel like that will raise awareness. And I just like doing work for LLS because I like to help anyone with cancer and work and help in any way I can.
So you want to make it so no one else has cancer. That's amazing that you feel that way. Now, you were a little itty bitty when you were 5 when you got cancer for the first, right?
3.
You were 3.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were 5, but you were 3. I guess I can't read my writing. And then now you're 15, right?
I'm 14, but I turned 15 in November.
Oh, okay. So you're almost 15.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Freshman in high school.
Super duper honest of you. So you were a little itty bitty. So do you remember being in the hospital and having people poke at you and all those kinds of things?
I don't really remember anything. I remember getting my port ripped off, but that's about it.
And what's it been like from 3 to 14? Do you have to go to the doctor a lot?
I just go once a year, and it's just a survivor's clinic, and they just check and I get my blood drawn.
Wow.
So in the beginning, when she first got out of treatment, she had to go every month for a blood draw. And then once she continued to stay in remission, then we moved to every 3 months, and then it got moved to every 6 months. And now it's once a year. And it's a comprehensive clinic that they do down at PCH where we go in for the day. She talks to, obviously we talk to oncology, endocrinology, cardiology, dietary. She has her blood drawn, just to make sure that everything is as should be. Some of the chemo that these poor kids have to take are either really cardiotoxic, so they can have long-term heart complications, or they could, stunt their growth endocrinology wise. There's so many side effects of the chemo. That's the hardest part of it. So that's why they bring them in once a year to this survivor's clinic, just to make sure she's growing properly.
Yeah. So, now, Kristen, you're actually a nurse. You were a nurse when your daughter was diagnosed, and your career actually changed complete directions because of this, right?
Yeah, so I was a nurse by training. I never worked in oncology. I worked in labor and delivery, and I left nursing a while ago, and I went into pharmaceutical sales. When Taylor was diagnosed, I took some time off. I went on medical leave because she was inpatient for 8 months. So I stayed in the hospital with her. And then lo and behold, when she got out of the hospital, my company went through a large restructure. I decided to take a severance package because I wanted to stay home a little bit longer with my kids. And during that time, I just did some soul searching and decided I wanted to go back into oncology and give back to oncology in any way that I could. So I have worked at Amgen for almost 9 years now as an oncology sales representative, and now I'm a trainer. So just trying to give back to oncology in any way that I can.
The both of you are amazing. And in fact, Karen Fortin from LLS is saying, Taylor, you are an inspiration. Thanks for all you're doing to advocate for people with blood cancer. And she's 100% right. You're both an inspiration. 100%. So why do this, Taylor? Why put forth the effort to be part of LLS and to give back? I mean, I get that you want to end blood cancer, but what does it do for you personally, do you think, by being involved in a charitable way?
I guess I just like to be involved. I like to give back in any way I can. So I feel like if helping, it gives back.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. So what kinds of things do you do for LLS? So you're doing this interview and you do other things though. What do you do? It's changed a little bit since COVID, right? I mean, it's because
Yes.
you've actually been this is your second year as the honored hero, and then you're also been a student of the year once or twice because you're kind of an underachiever.
Yeah. Well, it's changed a lot since it's all been online, but I've done like the LLS kickoff event that was like in person before all this COVID happened. And I shared my story. I share my story at most of the events I go to. I've done like team building events. I've been a judge for a cat and dog contest for another person. I've like done thank you videos. I've done yeah, just stuff like that. I don't know. I bet there'll be more coming up. I'll be
Well, you've done the gala before, so you got to get dressed up. I think I probably was at a gala that you were at.
Yes, that's always very fun.
Yeah, so we're just going to have to get dressed up when we do it virtually. You're going to get dressed up for the virtual gala. I have my gown picked out already.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to a store this week and she found the perfect outfit. And she's like, but I can't wear it to the gala. So we can do it. We can do it virtually.
We're all going to wear it. We're absolutely all going to wear it. And then after all this stuff kind of slows down a little bit, we can wear it again. So you can get 2 wears out of it.
Yep,
Yes.
So what do you think, the difference before was you were in person and now you're online. Do you think there's some good things that are happening because of the online presence?
Yeah, everyone's still like raising money, so that's obviously good. I think that it's different.
I mean, the one thing that I would say, I'll help her out with this, is, I think being a part of some of the events that she's done online, it makes the people that are raising the money be so much more creative. I mean, this dog and cat photo contest, it was such a cute idea. And I don't know the specific parameters behind it, but all of these photos were submitted, and then Taylor and Callan got to pick, like the best cat, the best dog, there was all these different categories, and it was just so fun, and you still felt the connection of being part of their team and helping, but you're just doing it from a computer, so it's a little bit different, but the connection and the pride that I as a parent of Taylor still feel when I see her involved in these events is obviously still sky high. I still feel like her and Callan and all of the people that are running for Men and Women of the Year are still doing an impossible thing. They're taking 10 weeks of fundraising and raising crazy amounts of money. So
it's crazy. It was actually Amy Heiserman who did the dog and cat thing. And then Tony Lee did a big poker tournament, and they're still having their golf tournament.
Yeah,
You're going to be at the golf tournament, Taylor?
No, we're not going to that. Yeah, we heard about that. She just got invited to go in a couple weeks to some ice cream social. Someone's doing that. There was a bingo. There's a virtual bingo tonight. She can't be part of that, unfortunately. But, they're still coming up with all these fun ideas.
Did you guys see James Rideout and his wife do the cabaret last Saturday?
No, we didn't see that.
I shared it on Relentless Talk Radio. This is what I love about the human spirit. Like, we've been very creative, and even these interviews, we'll be making an evergreen video out of all the interviews so that on gala night we can share the high points of all the interviews of the candidates who chose to be interviewed. So I think there's lots of really cool things that have come out of COVID, and a lot of creativity that wouldn't have otherwise. And also, like for example, my family back east, I've been nominated for a Woman of the Year as well, and I chose to postpone till next year. So my family is being acclimated to the whole process. So next year, when I do my my event, I'll be doing a big motorcycle poker run. So what happens is the motorcycles ride from one location to the other, and every location you get a card, and then the best hand wins. Okay.
Oh, that's so fun.
I'm partnering with Buddy Stubbs Harley Davidson on that, and I actually went out and bought my Harley Davidson a year earlier than I would have, so I can drum up business for the gala that's going to be this time next year. So you should follow me. I'll be doing lots of slides and talking about LLS throughout the year. And then I'm also doing a project called Micalizzi Gives, where I'm a painter, and I'm making a painting out of all the interviews. And this interview will be included in the inspiration for that painting. And the painting will be auctioned next year for $5,000 and above. Wow. So I made a decision to postpone, but it made me want to do the interviews for this so that we could, drum up business for next year. So I think there's lots of really great things that have come out of COVID.
I do too. And, I feel like even though everyone's in this new normal, it has definitely brought people closer together. And I'm amazed at how generous people still continue to be in
Oh,
times
it's amazing.
like this. You know, it's really amazing. It makes me, it touches my heart so very much.
Joan Kaminsky is saying, thank you, Taylor, for sharing your story. I appreciate all you're doing to support the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of the Arizona chapter, because you are a rock star, and you absolutely are, 100%. I totally agree. So I know that you guys want to thank the candidates, that you are very interested in thanking the candidates for what they're doing. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to do that. But I also wanted to let you know my qualifier. So my dad, Taylor, had lymphoma. And he just died on February 15th.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so he's my qualifier. So we're working together because you're a miracle. And my dad used to say that when he was in the hospital and he was seeing young people like yourself go through the treatments, that it just broke his heart. Yeah. And I'm really so proud of you for the young lady that you've grown into and you continue to become. You're a really great example of being a great example, if you know what I mean. And I think that it takes people like you showing the grown-ups how to do it, to get them to reach into their pockets and do for my dad and for you and for the other people that have the other diseases that are, it's all kinds of blood cancer, leukemia, lymphoma, and there's all different types in that category, and it touches all different kinds of cancers. So what you're doing is really huge. So thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for Mom for showing up like a really great mother, because, what you're doing is really not short of miraculous.
Well, thank you. I mean, she's my hero. There's no doubt about it. And just as far as the campaign goes and thanking everyone, I mean, until you live through it, Michelle, you've lived through it, until you see someone go through all the stages of cancer and suffer the way they do, thank goodness, Taylor's outcome has been nothing, short of a miracle. And I'm so glad she doesn't really remember it, but I remember it. And, now that I see so many patients daily in the oncology setting that I work for, I mean, it's just our honor to be able to share Taylor's story and hopefully bring hope and inspiration to others going through this. The power of prayer is so strong, and we just are so thankful for everything that everyone does. I mean, Taylor, from when she was very young and she started talking for LLS, would always say every penny counts. You'd be surprised how much one penny adds up to another, and before you know it, you've got thousands. So thank you all. You guys are an inspiration to us for running for Man and Women of the Year, and for hopefully, raising all of this funds that can go to finding a cure for this horrible disease, these blood cancers.
So do you know what the link is? Usually the people that I've been interviewing, and I should have done this pre-interview, what is the link where people can donate to LLS? Do you know?
Well, it's specific to each candidate. So each candidate has a specific link. Yeah, so I don't know,
So what I'll do for the folks listening to this live video is, or Karen or Joan, if you're listening, could you please put the link, and then I'll know for the next interview, the link where people can donate to LLS Arizona Man and Woman of the Year generally. Please do give us the link if you can do that. If not, I'll add it into the comments later on this one. So there'll be a YouTube of this video you can share with folks, okay? And there'll be an evergreen on gala night. And I just want to really thank you guys again for all that you do. One of the things that really struck me, Kristen, when you were telling me your story, you were saying that, oh, good, Joan Kaminsky just gave us the link, and here it is. It is manandwomanoftheyear.org Arizona /MWOY-Phoenix pound. Okay, so that's what it is. So one of the things you were talking about, Kristen, was when you were at night, when the kids had gone to sleep, you would walk around the station with the moms and dads, because that was the only exercise that you were getting at night.
Yeah.
And
so
what a huge deal that was for you guys.
It was a huge deal. I mean, I forged some relationships. I mean, unfortunately, when you live on a cancer floor for an extended period of time, your only source of companionship is some of these other parents, because a lot of the kids are in isolation. And so at times Taylor's dad couldn't even come in to visit her because it would put her at too much of a risk. So we would all meet after the kids went to bed, and we would just walk the nursing stations around and around and around. And I built just some beautiful relationships, and that's where my passion for LLS kind of came through, because I thought to myself, because, we had a great outcome. I mean, Taylor's in remission. She's my hero. She's a warrior. But unfortunately, that's not always the case, as you know, Michelle. Yeah. And so I went to more funerals for kids under the age of 12 over a couple year period than I have my entire life. So that's where my passion and, hopefully the passion that I've given to Taylor has come, because not everyone has the outcome we do. And that's why we're just so appreciative of everyone helping out.
So Taylor, you don't have to do one more amazing thing your whole life. You're already amazing. You're like totally off the hook. What I know about you, I can tell from talking to you that you're going to go on to do amazing, amazing things with your amazing life. I love how you're showing up. I really do. It's amazing. You're amazing. So thank you so much for taking time out. I'm going to run and go get Callan. And I appreciate talking to you guys.
All right, Michelle, thank you. And thanks to everyone for your help. And thanks to Joan. Joan's amazing at LLS, by the way. She's a rock star.
Both Joan and Karen and Jim Brewer, just amazing people. The people at LLS are really amazing folks. So I'm going to end this interview so we can have separate YouTubes to send off to people. And so I'm going to say to people, hang on there. I'm coming back with Callan and his dad, and we're going to talk about his experience being a Boy of the Year. So thanks a lot, Taylor. Thanks, Kristen. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.